Oh my God.
It's been a minute, man. I'm the Mighty Ball, chilling.
Good to
Great
be
chilling.
back.
Back inside. Studio 17. My man. Derek Papa Bear. Johnson. Shit, man. What's up with you, yo?
Cooling, man. Living life, man. That's it. Living life, working. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all.
Why you look so nervous, yo?
I am nervous. I'm nervous. It's been a minute, yo. It's been what?
What you been up to?
Working on getting this bear farm built and where I know it should be, and parenting, and that's really been and getting back to working out and things like that. That's been my focus. Bear farm, kids, working out. That's it.
But that's what I want to rap to you about, though. You got that collaboration clothing line, and for anybody watching, I got it on right now. That Bear Form Tech, the olive green tech, that's up. The collaborative joint that you got going on,
for sure.
I want to talk about that. We had a little discussion about the NBA and why the ratings is down, and we talked about Clay. That's where you first started, so we want to rap about that.
All right.
The Ravens is playing today, so I want you to get your predictions. So this is going to record it, but we're going to see what happens after that. Kids, right, and training and things like that. I want to talk about that, but let's start with the clothing line. Let's start with the new collaboration you got. You got some new gear here. I know you was gonna
for sure.
You was gonna pull that out. You know what I'm saying? We can do it right now if you want.
I got you.
Let's do it.
The Jordan, the 88 joint.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. Like I like these shirts, yo, because they very simple in the front.
Yeah.
I like the material. Oh, I ain't see this right here.
Yeah. The newer collaboration with Harambe Jr.
Okay.
Face-off collection, you know what I'm saying? It's Harambe Jr. versus Papa Bear.
Who's Harambe Jr.?
It's my homeboy. That was my workout. One of my good workout partners, and that's you.
Oh, this is mine.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. This is tough, yo.
Yeah, that was my workout partner, and when I was in Hawaii, when I got to that, when I really was in that pocket, he was there, and when we went in the gym, set that motherfucker on fire, baby. All day, every day. So he hit me up a couple months ago. He said he wanted to do a collaboration. He wanted it like a face-off edition, like Harambe versus Papa Bear.
Okay.
He shot me a couple images. I went in the lab. I made that one, and then I got a couple more. That's another one that I made from this edition too. So he brought that fire back to me because I started Bear Farm 2017 is when I first started it. I was more focused on the training back then.
The training, just like the Bear Form for the like the physical training.
Training people, doing boot camps. That was mainly my focus. Then the clothes was like a side dish to the training. I wasn't really like focused on it. I was more or less just using it to make sure people knew who we were. And it wasn't like more a fashion statement back then. It was just a boom, this is who we are. This is what I do. I wasn't going crazy with the designs, and kind of lost track over the, you lose track, come back, lose track, come back. Now I'm focused on making sure I give people something that they can wear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they can wear besides being in the gym, besides even thinking about working out, like just give them something to wear. Cause that's what I wear gym gear all day.
Right, me too.
Yeah, that's all.
Me too. That's why I like this right here, bro. Like, and what I like about your gear is the fact that you said, right, I can be in the gym, I can be, just working somewhere. I could be just going out somewhere. You know what I mean? It's just it's a perfect fit. So tell me more about the collaboration and so he was your workout partner. Y'all trained for a little bit together, and then so he does clothing lines too. Does he have 88 collection? So you have Bear Form?
No, this gonna be his first venture into the clothing business. And it's gonna be, I was honored to, to even for somebody to come to me and be like, oh, I want to do a collab with you. Yeah. Given it's his first go round. So And that was one thing that we always did in the gym was we made it like a competition between us, healthy competition, talking shit, back here, like, all right, you did what? All right, bet, I'm up now.
Yeah.
You did 15? Don't worry about it. I got 20 in me. Don't worry about it. And then, we want to add more weight. So that's basically what the collection stems from. Healthy competition, because you know what they say, iron sharpens iron. And that's definitely top 10, one of my best workout partners top 5 best workout partners that I've ever had. Definitely kept me going.
What makes a good workout partner these days? Because I haven't had a workout partner in a while. I've had to actually get to personal trainers. Because also I think that it's a big dependency factor, right?
It is.
I think there was a time that we were supposed to work out together.
I ain't gonna live it down.
I don't even mean to bring this shit up.
I dig it.
I don't even mean to bring it up like this, but we were supposed to work out together, and we set a time, and we ain't never. Bottom line, you ain't show up.
We ain't get there. No,
but
I didn't get there. How about that?
Nothing energizes me more. I think it's because we both veterans and we've been in the Army and we've been on sports teams and things like that. Nothing motivates me more knowing that it's a team that waiting for you to show up. To show out,
and that helps you keep accountability, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. And even when you do, say you do just show up, right? When you get there, it's gonna be somebody in your face like, oh, that's all you doing today?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but we did end up having a session eventually.
Yeah, that session was crazy.
And that joint was epic. You definitely pushed me on the bench.
Yeah.
And helped me get up. You know what I'm saying?
You pushed me on the bench. I'm not
heavy
good at
jump rope
benches.
is what got you though. That heavy jump rope and then
the push-up joints.
And then we ran afterwards or something with the Stairmaster or something
Yeah.
So we did like a cardio burn towards the end.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the best workouts I've had in the last 3 years.
You actually made me, you motivated me enough to go buy a heavy jump rope, but I went too heavy on it. It was a 5-pound jump rope, and I'm like, yo, what is this? It felt like I was doing jumping jack. I mean, I said jumping jacks, jump rope with the battle ropes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was that. It's probably like that big around. I'm like, yeah, this is too much. So then I had to go back and buy another one. But yeah, you definitely. I was like, yeah, I don't like losing that. Nothing. So
what have you learned about training over the years? So you have Bareform Fitness, which was a fitness company. Well, it still is, right?
Still is.
It still is a fitness company. Do you have clients? Do you work with clients at all?
Mainly just I mainly do online coaching.
Online coaching?
Now, I don't have any new clients, one-on-ones. Don't really like to take them on too much because, just for a multitude of reasons. But I will take them on if I understand they're serious and this is actually what they want to do, and they're not gonna come in there like, oh yeah, I ate terrible all week, and it's like, why you didn't get me no results? And that's what a lot of it was. It's like, I ain't getting the results that I want. It's like, that's because you're not doing what I'm saying outside. The gym is only 15% of what we need to do.
Exactly. And that's what I was about to ask you in a second, because great Chillin up in Studio 17. I feel like I seen YBS Scola just walk through here, just randomly. It's like seeing Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, all right.
But one thing I was thinking about too is there's so much that's been going on in the fitness industry today, and I want to ask you about a lot of things that you learned, because what is really fitness today mean to you? And I say that because I ask you that because a lot of the gear that we have is lifestyle gear. I think a lot of brands, Nike, Puma, Saucony, I see all types of ultra running shoe, Asics, New Balance. They all transition into some type of lifestyle joint.
Yeah.
Because what I believe is that fitness is an ongoing thing. It's about what you eat. It's about what you do. It's about how you feel. It's not just like you said, that 50% in the gym. It's not just that in 1 hour in the gym. You still got 23 hours left. And you can spend 4 hours in the gym. You still got 20 hours left in the day.
It's a lot of people that do spend 2 and 3 hours in the gym and they don't make progress because of the other 21 hours out of the day, how they spend it, what they do. It's a mentality, it's a lifestyle, and I think that's what a lot of people don't understand about it. Like they really just look at the gym and it's like, oh, I just gotta go to the gym. No, it's not all you gotta do. It's a whole lifestyle, and then a lot of no shot at anybody, but a lot of these trainers and fitness influencers, they feed people misinformation and they tell them like, oh, you can eat this, or they show that you can eat this and do that, but they don't show that that's like 2% of what they do every day. You know what I mean? Like the other 98% is them sticking to a regimen, being disciplined for 92, I'm gonna say 92, 98% of the rest of that lifestyle is sticking to a regimen and dedicated to being fit or
So for
whatever.
optimal health, like what principles would you recommend? Anybody either getting started, maintaining, strengthening? Like what principles would you share to be like, yo, this is what you should eat, like, you know, and what kind of things do you incorporate in your routine to keep you, healthy?
So, is it possible to be like just completely restricted on everything that you're doing? It's possible, right? Realistically, I always tell people, just if you start out at 80/20, with your food consumption, 20%, it's like, it's questionable. Then 80% of the things that you're eating is what you need to put in your body, healthy things to put in your body. If you stick to the 80/20 rule, you'll see results.
The
Even if you
80/20 rule is what now?
80% of what you consume, eat, is healthy, nutritious, or what, you know what I'm saying, directed towards your goals. And then the other 20% is,
So what is that? How
kind
does
of,
that look like though? Is that a keto? Is that paleo? Is that
that's
vegan? Is
that
that
it just depends. It depends on the person, and that's another thing. People try to give people cookie cutter like workout plans or meal plans.
so what do you do?
It doesn't work for everybody. So I've changed. I've gone through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of I've tried vegan. I've tried pescatarian. I've done keto. Um, uh, I've tried the regular, chicken and rice diet and broccoli. Um,
What works best for you?
what pescatarian for me? Pescatarian, and the
And what's a
key.
pescatarian diet for people that might
Oh,
not know?
pescatarian is your only animal products that you're consuming is seafood. So it's fish, um, shrimp, mainly fish and shrimp, really, because all the rest of
So
those
what,
are like
scallops,
really scallops,
tuna, like all
tuna.
that's a
Yeah, yeah,
fish.
yeah. Mackerel is really
What
good
about
for you.
crab cakes?
Oh, yeah, sure. No,
Yeah.
no, crab cakes wouldn't be in that particular. I mean, you can. It fits into that diet, into that. I hate to say diet, but it fits into that lifestyle. It's not ideal if you're trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So I would stick with the tuna, which is excellent. Mackerel, sardines are actually
Mackerel.
really
Man,
good
I ain't
for
heard
you.
that fish name in a
Yeah,
while.
I just had some
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah, it's
Well,
crazy.
from around here, Baltimore, or just,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
where did
yeah.
you go?
Um, there's a sushi spot in Towson, and it
Okay.
was it's what is it, Samashi?
It's like that though?
Yeah, yeah. It's a cool. It's okay.
So you follow pescatarian diet, you recommend the 80/20 rule. When you say 80/20, that's interesting because it's something called the Pareto rule where 80% of the problems come from 20% of the causes, right? So we're talking about like organizational dysfunction. You can relate to this example. There's organizational dysfunction going on in a unit
Yeah.
because we just failed to show up on time in the right uniform. That's 20%, right? Yeah, we got other issues and stuff going on, but just 1/5 of the problems that are occurring are because of this, or 80% of the problems that are
Yeah,
occurring is
yeah.
because of this fundamental item, right? That we can't show up. What do you think is a fundamental item in most people why they can't like get on track to their goals? The question, man, and great chilling, man.
So I'm gonna say what I've seen the most is um, a lack of discipline as far as even sticking to a certain uh, lifestyle as far as eating and actually showing up. Like a lot of people they let the day completely get a hold of them. And then once they miss one gym session, it's just like, nah, I'll go back tomorrow. And then
Why is that? So why is that? So then once you start getting into
yeah,
that, once you start understanding the problem, and don't feel like you got to answer all this stuff, but this is,
yeah,
good exercise for anybody
for
that's
sure.
looking to either
Write it down, guys.
getting in shape or just trying to solve a problem,
Yeah.
or even talking to kids, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But to kind of wrap up a little bit of this health segment is why do people, when they miss a day or whatever, why is it that they just kind of, you're saying that they give up after that? Why is that?
I mean, it's easier to just not go and work out. It's easier to not be disciplined. It's a way more comfortable place to be. I mean, of course, you're gonna pay for it in the long run, but
Yeah.
at the right then and now, it's just like, nah, like right today, like it's cold outside.
Right.
People like, I'm gonna go tomorrow, but it's gonna be cold tomorrow. I ain't gonna go tomorrow. And then they wait until April. And they hit me up. They're like, oh, can you write me a plan? I'm about to go on a trip in May. No, I can't. I cannot. I cannot write you a plan. But it's it. I just feel like people are just more comfortable with not trying. It's way more comfortable a place to not try, and people even sometimes look at me like, oh, you think you this or that because you work out. No, I don't think I'm anything like, or they be like, it's easy for you to get up and go to the gym. It's
I hear
not.
that a lot.
I hate it.
I hear that a lot.
I completely hate going to the gym. I'm not gonna lie. Once
Yeah,
I
me
get in
too.
there, it's a different story.
Right.
But physically, like, especially if I done had a bad day or something like that, and I'm not motivated to go. Those are the hardest days, but you still gotta go. It doesn't like I'm
Yeah.
not special or anything like that. I just choose to just go, even if I do a 20-minute workout.
Yeah, I think this is where like discipline trumps motivation.
Yeah, I don't believe in motivation.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Not at all.
I think it's. I mean, sometimes it works,
Right.
but I think inspiration is a way deeper thing than because motivation comes and goes. Like
Yeah, it
I can
does.
be motivated to to start a new workout regimen, but if that it just comes, motivation is just so like it's fast. Inspiration, if you're inspired to do something, then that your brain is working a
Yeah.
whole lot
It's
different.
a deeper circuit that you gotta reach into.
Yeah, absolutely.
I realized that too. Like I didn't realize that till like maybe a couple years ago. I think just
Same.
again, just from being in the army,
Same.
lift,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. You got
Yeah.
all types of motivation tactics because you got to be motivated to do that.
Yeah. Running in the rain,
Running
like,
in the cold,
come on,
and you
man.
happy, yo. You just
Yeah.
like you ready for whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's motivation.
Yeah.
But what I realized in my years after the army is that layers, into the circuits of my inner workings is that like I was at the end of the day, I was just disciplined to the people that I was serving.
To the people, yeah.
Right. And sometimes I think a common flaw in any average person is, how disciplined are you to the people that you're serving? Are you serving them? Are they your spouse, your girl, your home, whoever, your crew, and I'm gonna use this transition to jump into the kids, right? Because, I was taking a nap the other day, just chilling, whatever, because I just been getting up early, training, working, whatever. And my kids came home and I still wanted to lay there, but what got me off that couch was like knowing that I'm about to train my kids. Like my daughter is there, she's trying to get into tennis. And then my son, with baseball, we've been training, and it's like that's what gets me up. I'm disciplined to that. You feel me? Like, yeah, I could say it was some motivation and sprinkled around, but
little
like
motivation sprinkled around. Yeah,
little sprinkle, you know what I mean?
yeah, a little sprinkle of that.
But
Yeah.
I was like, yo, let me get up, and like that really, inspires me to get up and do that. So you have 2 kids, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're training them as well?
My son.
Well, like, how's that going? Yeah, your son.
So
Yeah.
yeah, my son is with me full time now. So he was with his mother, a good bit of his life, and no shade to anybody or anything like that. I'm just trying to get him in a different mindset and mental space, like because before you even start training them, they gotta have something up
Right.
here
Right.
to like stand on. Because when training does get hard, and of course you're gonna be there to direct everything and to mitigate some of the issues with training and stuff like that. They have to already have like some type of will to do it, right? And that's what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to find the why for him. I gotta find the why for him because it doesn't. He's not motivated to come in the gym.
Yeah.
He's not motivated to
But that's funny because like
follow
John,
workout plans.
so it's 2 names I wanted to mention. There was actually one in the health one that segment that we had. His name's Gary Brecker.
Okay.
And really cool dude. He had talked to Stephen A. Smith, Dana White, and Steve Harvey. Actually consulted with them in terms of health and really got them back on track. High percentage body fat, triglycerides was high blood pressure, high cholesterol, a lot of these things. And tried a lot of stuff, and then he kind of came in and did a lot of studies and things like that that weren't like prescribed through a doctor's office. We know that sometimes going to the doctor is not always. It's good. You need a doctor to kind of give you the facts. You need them to give you the facts. Blood tests.
Yeah, for sure.
Understand your metrics, right? But as
sure.
far as solutions to your optimal health, they're not always going to give you that.
No.
He does, and he does that for celebrities and entertainers and things like that. So I'm gonna drop probably some links in there for more inspiration in terms of the how-to on the health. But I think you were talking about your son and trying to get him motivated to do this stuff, and I think about longevity, right? And Gary Brecker, he does definitely talks about that longevity, the ultimate human. He's 54 years old and he's just like killing it right now. And Steve Harvey's 66 years old and has like 18% body fat. He went from like a high percentage of body fat down to solid, right? And he's doing a lot every day.
For 60s, for 60s, yeah.
And so I wanted to mention that, but I also wanted to mention John Brown, another guy. John Brown is Amon-Ra St. Brown's father. Amon-Ra St. Brown, receiver.
I love that workout. I legit was just watching one of their videos on the way driving back to Baltimore.
And he said that like growing up, John Brown said growing up, it was probably like 3 times in the course of like 18 years or something that Amon-Ra or any of the kids actually asked him to go to the gym. Right. So so he really puts a lot of accountability and ownership on the parents.
Yeah.
It's on the parents.
For sure.
Like I'm glad you said that because it's our job to motivate, inspire, instill a level of discipline into our kids to be like, this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're not always gonna like it.
Yeah.
But I'll say this because I want to hear what you about to say too. I would say this before I pass it back to you. Like, the biggest thing I feel that you can instill in a kid after all that is done is give him confidence.
Confidence is big.
If he came through here and he saw that ball that your nephew was playing with, and somebody just tossed it to him, and he doing all these dribble moves and shit, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he got confidence. He doing it in front of an audience. That's confidence.
Confident, yeah.
My son, we went to. It's called the Home Run Derby. It's like a Top Golf, but for baseball.
Yeah.
And I can tell, like, he was confident as soon as he walked into the booth. He started hitting the the ball on the virtual screen. He know how to turn his hips and everything. You know, you got grown people coming in there. You know, they don't know the mechanics.
Yeah,
but
bro.
we've been training on that for
he be tight
two
too.
years. Knob to the ball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Tight,
Tony Grant, you know what I'm saying? And I be watching videos too. I gotta watch. Yeah, they cast their arms out. You can't hit nothing like this. So there's like basic stuff that we be training, and now it's like, oh yeah, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
And he go on the field and he just be killing it, you know? So what, I don't know, what kind of like methodology or approach do you kind of, are you looking to apply to give him the confidence? Because you working with him on baseball, football, or?
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So, so he wanted to do football when he first got here. I didn't personally think that he was like physically ready for football. Coming from Germany to here, his physicality compared to a lot of the kids here was night and day, right? And his physical ability and things like that, I just didn't want him to get hurt. Football is a very dangerous sport, especially when you're playing with people who have the mechanics and the fundamentals down pat. Like, they can really hurt you. They can really mess you up, especially if you're out there doing weird moves and stuff like that. They're trained to go a certain way. I'm just trying to find. I'm just trying to get him to a physical baseline, right? Because he was eating candy, like it was going out of style. And then another drug that a lot of parents don't even think about is the phone. It's a whole drug, man.
Talk about it.
So I'm working against those two. That's really all I'm trying to work against right now. He doesn't even know right now.
He has a phone now, or
he has a phone. It's done.
How old is he?
He's 12. He had a phone before he got here. I didn't.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that? I know there's probably no turning back now, is it? On phones, right?
Oh, I'm done with it. Yeah. No, it's completely. It's getting taken away.
Oh, it's getting taken away.
Completely. It's no more.
Okay.
Absolutely, we're done with it. He lied to me about something, and I don't like. I told him he couldn't be on TikTok, and I found his TikTok page, and he's still posting. So we're done with it. He doesn't know it yet. I told him before I left out to come here. I was like, we're gonna talk a little bit later.
What's the best age for phones for kids today?
15, or when they're like, I didn't get a phone until I was 14, 15. That's when we was playing.
14, 15,
yeah, when we were like at practices.
You need to communicate.
7. Yeah, I needed it to communicate. I had a.
And it wasn't like we had no iPhone or nothing.
No,
I had an old ass Sony Ericsson that was like a brick.
Yeah.
You just make calls and texts. That was it.
First phone I had was a Nokia. Nokia flip phone. And like you couldn't do nothing. Even when we got to the fancier phones, it still couldn't do nothing. It just looked cool. Like I couldn't. It wasn't nothing to do on it but talk on it. Like that was it.
Right.
So now it's so much influence on there, and I'm just trying to combat those two things: his eating habits and the phone. That's all I'm really worried about at this point is the eating habits and the phone. If I can fix those two issues, then we can start getting deeper into sports and stuff like that.
You can use a lot of that technology as a tool, though.
For sure.
Like
even when I told him, like I would stand behind him, and when I took the TikTok away from him, he would get on YouTube, and I'm like, what the hell, what are you watching?
They gonna find a way, yo.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you watching on there? I'm like, you're not even watching. I said, you say that you want to be this person or you want to do this and play for this. I said, you're not even watching anything to help you get to that point. I said, who do you want to be, right? Who do you want to be at the end of the day? Or what do you want to be when you get older? And all he said was successful. And I'm like, that has so many different, it's people that make $30,000 a year and are artists and are struggling to pay their bills, and they feel like that they're successful because that's what they're doing what they love to do. It's people that live deep in the woods and they just live off of their means. They don't have an income.
They're successful.
And they're successful. So what is your what is your means? What is your end means? Like, what do you want to do? And then I forgot, he named he named something to me, and another thing I do, I give him projects. If he come home, I don't know, hey, Baltimore County Public Schools, I don't know what y'all doing, but he comes home with no homework, and I'm like, you don't got no homework? You don't got nothing? Like, all right, bet. So, all right, so the last project I did a few projects with him. One was I made him do a two-page paper about Mansa Musa. The other project, I made him research the job fields that he wanted to get into. Told him I needed a full description of how do you get into these fields, how much they make, where do they make the most, what are the responsibilities of this field, and then the last one I did, which took him, I gave him like 3 weeks. I made him write a full budget for 1 year with $42,000. You gotta buy cars. I mean, you gotta buy a car. You gotta buy food. You have clothes. You gotta pay rent. You gotta.
Damn, at 11 years old?
Yeah,
he's 11,
12,
12
yeah,
at 12 years
whatever.
old.
It's listen. I'm working from behind right now. You know what I mean? I got him when he turned 12. So I'm kind of working from what you call it, like if
Just
if
a
I
certain
start,
vantage point. Yeah.
I'm working from behind that vantage point because if I would have had him at 6 or 7, then it wouldn't be as extreme. And I know my mother and my grandmother and my aunts, they come sometimes they don't say nothing while I'm disciplining or saying something to them. They'll come to me and be like, oh, do you think that's? I said no. I said no, I don't think it's too much. And I said, I don't need y'all to interfere. Just keep loving on them and giving them hugs and kisses like y'all do. I'm going to do the same, but it's not going to be as much.
So all those things that you gave him, all those tasks, was just anything that you saw as a common trend, like what he wanted to do? And then like when you saw that, if you identified a trend at all, was it somewhere that you wanted to push him? Like did that help you like guide him a little bit?
Yeah, and I even had a conversation with his teacher. One thing I realized was this was his English teacher, and he was giving her issues, right? So what I realized when I would give him like writing assignments, like the project for Mansa Musa, or finding out about the job, or I made him write. I told him what was another one because he told me he liked basketball. So I'm like, pick 5 of the best shooting guards that ever played a game, and then write a paragraph on why you think they are the top 5.
Yeah.
So what I found out is. He doesn't like writing. He's more of a math mind, which how I was. I hated writing in school. The only class I ever did good in was math, but he's more of a math mind. So I try to stick to kind of in that pocket as far as making sure it's something about money or figuring out a math problem or something.
One thing that I was thinking about too, man, like I like how you said, like, yo, where you living in the woods, whether you in the studio or, you're an artist, you're making a certain amount of money. Like, it's a lot of that stuff is the arbitrary values there and locations is very arbitrary, right? It's about how you define success. And I think, something that I was thinking about is just being a professional. When you're a professional basketball player, your job is to be in shape. Your job is to play. Your job is to talk to the media. Your job is to know how to understand and manage your contract. Your job, that's your job. You can get an agent and they can help you and things like that. But like you have a job to practice that free throw, that jump shot, that layup, that that finishing package. You have a job, and it's same thing as a football player, same thing as a baseball player. You know what I mean? Like when they say you gotta show up at 8 o'clock, are you gonna show up at 8 o'clock? Or you gonna show up at like 7 a.m. Right? And be a champion and show up at championship hour, or you gonna be late. You know what I'm saying? Or like, how are you gonna carry out your profession? That's how I be thinking about, with my kids. Like I was literally thinking about this today. Like I don't even care what you be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't care at all.
I just want you to be a professional. You know what I mean? Even if you're a professional nobody, learn how to sit down and do nothing. Now don't get up. Don't get up. No, don't eat.
You know
what I'm saying?
Don't move. Don't move.
Don't move. Don't ask for nothing.
Yeah.
You're a nobody, right? You know what I mean? Now I'm just That's a little dramatic, right?
Yeah. But understood, though.
But let me ask you that too, yo, because we come from an area where like we had to be tough. There was no option to not be tough.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the most basic way. I don't mean tough as in like you got to go to school and drag somebody through the mud, whoop somebody's ass. Nah, I ain't talking about that. I just mean like being firm with who you are and knowing how to like, if you come to school with something that's kind of off colored or something ain't right, and somebody coming there and start trying to roast you.
Your fucking Jordan label doing like that. Yeah. We're gonna get your ass out of there, partner. Yeah,
or you real young, you got a new bike, you got some new shoes. I mean, I don't know how many times, bro, I've been walking around and be like, yo, you heard yo got his shoes took, bike stolen, something like that. Like you got to be able to stand firm on who you are and be able to have that confidence in yourself. So that was kind of like built into us over time in the environment. Is there any ways that you either do now or you think, it sounds like you got all kinds of stuff already, but what ways do you instill like toughness? Not only in your son, but your daughter too, right? I don't even haven't talked about her yet.
Yeah, my daughter, she's an animal. I love her. She's a art. She's into art a lot. I love it because even when I was just down there, me and him was down in South Carolina, and of course we take art breaks, craft time, hour to hour and a half of craft time. I may go to Michael's and get like little wood planks or something like that, so that or get canvases. Come on, paint a picture, or got the color pencil jump off. Let's draw the best that we can do. Well, let's see. We're gonna not compare, but we're gonna all do something. And my daughter loves doing that. Of course, she's a girl, so I take a little bit more from her as far as like emotionally, and she's younger. I take a little bit more from her, but we still sit down and have talks. She got cut out from paint time one time, and it was, it was that. But as far as building confidence with both of them, I just try to reassure them that just if you give it everything that you got, then as long as you really know that you gave everything you got, that's all that matters, really. And make sure they speak up when they're talking to people. Making sure that I, not reward them, but encourage them when they do something good. When they do bring something to me, try to encourage them in that way. But I make sure I give them tasks that I know that they will not be able to complete. I make sure, like the Mansa Musa, my mother and all of them, they came to me and was like, he really got to write 3,500 words. I said, it's not about the words, it's about the effort. And that's it. That's all that matters, really. Like, are you even going to try, or are you going to sit down and cry because I gave you 3,500 words? It's about the effort. And I feel like that builds confidence in a different way. And I know some people feel like building confidence is like, oh yeah, you did a great job. Oh man,
that's not it.
It's not. No,
that
builds ego. That's how you feel. Ego.
Yeah, entitlement a little bit too. Like, I did a little bit, so I'm gonna do a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit my whole way, and I'm gonna expect. Yeah. Sometimes I might not do nothing, and I deserve everything. No,
I appreciate you even thinking about it. Like, no, fuck that. I don't appreciate you. Not giving it a solid effort. Now, if you give it a solid effort and you come short, I'm like, all right, well, this is how we, this is probably where you messed up.
I like that too, because I think I'm in the same boat right now with my daughter being 4. Like we still picking out sports and things like that, but she's definitely more artsy, and I try to play along as much as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of, hey, can we play kitchen? Can we play restaurant? Airplane, all these things, and I'm just trying to feed into that because she could be a chef, she could be a pilot, she could be a teacher, she could be anything she wants to be, and I don't want to rob her of that because I guess I may be males, I don't know what it is, and I still encourage my son to do other things like draw. I like how you talk about the writing. I encourage him to write, encourage him to build. As long as he's playing video games, I'm like, look, you need to know about the cameras, the audio, the screens, the monitors, the cords, everything that goes into streaming, the publication, the money, the monetization of it. You know, you got to know all that type of stuff. If you want to be a gamer and you got your little crew, monetize that. You should, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Monetize your passions. But going to your confidence point, you know, we be training, you know, baseball. You know, he's into baseball.
Yeah.
And I'll have him do like little round balls and stuff like that, you know, off of one hoppers.
Okay.
You know, and the idea is that once the ball hits the ground, you either got to get it as soon as you touch the ground, or you sit back and you retreat and wait for the hop joint. So we'll do like, you know, 5 in a row. Like, you got to be perfect. You know, all right, good. Now, you know, you can do 10 in a row, perfect. All right, now get that and throw it back to me, good, right? In a row, and then he'll mess up. And then I'm like, all right, let's start over. And it's like, I know he going to mess up. It's like you said, right? You put him in situations where you know that failure is inevitable.
Yeah.
Failure is inevitable, but success is still like something that as parents, like we believe in, right? Like, I know he can do it. So we'll do stuff to like, yo, let's go to 50. I'm gonna throw it to you and catch it back. 1, 2, you know what I'm saying? 3, 50 exchange. Sometimes I mess up. And I'm like, let's go, let's start over.
All right,
And he'd be frustrated. Like, it was times he'd go crazy. But I always see the light, you know what I mean? I'm like, all right, once we get to like 48, I can start seeing that smile. You know that little smile that kids crack?
Yeah.
Like, that's confidence.
Yeah.
That's true confidence.
For sure.
And then on the backside, I gotta teach that backside pause, whatever, but I gotta teach humility. You know what I'm saying?
Humility.
I gotta teach, okay, now that you understand what confidence is and what success is, once you get there, act like you've been there.
Act like you've been.
You feel me?
That's the biggest thing.
And now you can roll with that confidence the whole way.
Yeah. Because you can tell some people who ain't never won nothing.
Yeah.
Or ain't never been in that position. You know what I mean? Like, I know you seen it in the Army. It's a couple guys, you know, I'd be like, why beat your ass?
They finally got some rank.
They got some power, and they be like, slow down, cowboy.
Yeah.
Slow down, cowboy. Like, all right. But no, that's a for sure. Like, and I think that's what I feel like that's what our generation has gotten away from as far as parents and the kids, because the kids they're not like teaching them what failure is, and it's inevitable. Like, you're gonna fail. I don't care what you do, you're gonna fail at something. If you don't fail, then you're not trying at all. You're not putting forth any effort, and I mean, whatever. That's
right.
But teaching them and giving them tests that they're gonna fail at, I feel like that's one of the biggest teachers that you can give a kid. And as far as confidence goes, as far as keeping your composure goes, and just like resilience, like mental resilience, like it's a
mental resilience is huge, man.
Huge, man.
Because it's about being an adult. You know what I mean? It's about training the kid to be an adult, independent.
Yeah.
You know, on the street, because nothing in this world is ever guaranteed. Like,
nothing. You
be here today and gone tomorrow, and you be like, yo, the last thing my pop told me was, and then you drive that until, you know, the wheels come off. So, you know, I'm glad I was able to share that. I'm glad we were able to kind of share this conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes, man, in the house, I be going crazy, bro. I'm like, I know somebody's got to be feeling this.
Hey, man, you know, remember I called, I done called you, since he been here, I think I done called you 3 times.
But I appreciate that, because like, you got to have an open space, because you don't want to be feeling like, am I the bad guy? Am I this? Am I that? But it's all a process of building that confidence.
You got
and
it.
Also having them incentives. Like, we still have fun. Like, we'll go to Dave and Buster's. We'll go see a movie. You know what I mean? Just like randomly, I'll be like, yo, you want to go train for a little bit? And I'm like, I'm waiting for him to say yeah. So I can say, look, after the training, we going to the movies. And then the face start lighting up. And then when we out there, it's like, he hitting. You know, he's turning on the ball. Like, he's throwing it hard on the line. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a different mindset. You know what I mean? And life can be fun. You know, it don't got to be all hard work. I want to transition into this real quick, because Elijah Arenas, Gilbert Arenas' son, is balling out. And Gilbert talks about how he trained him. He's like, before you go to school, he put up like 500 shots. You know what I'm saying?
I want to have that space to do that.
But you do. We all have space.
We do.
I don't want to get into that, right? But
we do.
He's talked about putting him in situations where he's going to fail.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Where he was like, they put 3-on-1 on him. No, he can't score, but like, how is he going, like, basically
how you react? Yeah.
I love that because Gilbert is like, one of them old school disciples of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What is up with? I can't wait to see how his son plays and to hear him, credit his son. Cayenne Anthony committed to Syracuse.
Yeah, he's tough, yo. I like between all of the young guys, I like him and Melo's son and Gilbert's son.
What about Bryce?
Bryce is tough. I think Bryce is better than Bronny. Like way better. Like not even. I don't even think.
But how much taller is he though? They look almost.
I think he's like 6'7".
Oh, he's 6'7".
I think he is.
Okay.
I want to say. I think he's taller than him for sure.
He's taller. Yeah, because I know he's taller than him, but I didn't know like how much taller though.
Yeah, because Bronny's what 6'3".
Bronny's like 6'3", 6'2". You know what I mean? But what do you think about today's game now? Like all together, and I like the fact that we talked about the youngins because I feel like we talked about 3 or 4 of them, but for every 3 or 4 of them, there's another like 30, 40 dogs.
Yeah,
that ain't even.
That we. I'm just saying. Yeah,
but exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Bryce James 6'6". Okay.
6'6". All right. Yeah, I knew he was up there. Yeah. I knew he was closer to Bron's size than Bronny was. Mm-hmm. I feel like the game today is that I feel like the players of course are more skillful. Of course, that's what evolution. Like with evolution of the game, the players are just gonna get better. They're gonna have more skills. They like high school players got Euro step package in their game. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't like a huge thing when we were in school. That wasn't I'm not putting a year out, but yeah, when we were in school, that wasn't like a big thing. But I feel like not the fundamental. I don't want to say the fundamentals, but it is kind of the fundamentals of the game. It's like one thing I learned at Parkville was being a shooter. Like that was my thing. Like I'm pulling up from the hash mark. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you put me in the game.
Yeah.
But one thing Coach Norris taught me, work inside out. Mm-hmm. Like start your game, man. Get you a couple floaters, mid-range. Once you feel comfortable, then step it out. Unless you know. But I was telling my brother, what was that, last weekend? A weekend before last, it was 3 NBA games. It was 153 shot in 3 games. That is ridiculous, yo. That is absurd. Like it's not even fun at that point. Like you're not even showing how skilled you are to get to the basket or hit that mid-range is a very tough play. And I used to love the mid-range.
I used to love the mid-range.
You used to love the mid-range. I did too, for sure.
I think you could do it all.
Yeah.
A king of all trades, pretty much.
Hey, no, you definitely had that mid-range was crazy.
Sometimes that's all you got.
Hey,
you just gotta get to a spot and somebody sticking you like, I gotta get up out of here.
Yeah. It was it was definitely it was for sure. But
no, you're right. Like how you talk about like working inside out, like that type of game. And I'm with you. I was watching I think it was the Knicks and the Spurs. Mm-hmm. It was like 3 for 24 at one point from 3.
Can't watch it
in the middle of the first quarter.
Can't watch it.
Like maybe 3 for 8, something reckless.
This guy can't
in the middle of the first quarter. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because that slows the game down. And then if you watching the game, like if you really watching the game, you ain't learning nothing.
No. Watching how to pull up from half court. That's all you learning.
Like or off ball, right? Like, okay, I just run down the court and stand in the corner, and then don't crash the offensive rebounds. I can't really get back on defense because I'm in the opposite corner and the long rebounds coming in, and then they go to the other
sitting
end.
in the corner like this. I missed shit. Like, oh, come on, man. It's not fun to watch. Like, I just don't like it. Like,
I was watching Notre Dame, North Carolina today. I rarely watch college basketball.
Same.
I rarely watch college. Do you watch college basketball?
No, I do not.
Nah, there was a time when it was light. It was lit though, right?
Yeah, I like the most I've ever watched college basketball was when Juan Dixon was at Maryland.
Juan Dixon.
And
shout out Jermaine Dixon.
Shout out Jermaine Dixon, Juan Dixon. It was. I learned a lot from watching them. I learned even
Steve
watching
Blake.
Steve Blake,
Will Cox, and Lonnie Baxter. Like, you know what I mean? They had some names, boy.
Yeah.
I even remember watching. He was a little bit after, but Grievous Vasquez was there. You know, like just trying to learn how to move without the ball. Like Steve Blake and Juan, they learn how to move without the ball.
And
make 2 to 3 dribbles, get to a spot, keep going.
A lot of the game now is just like they just standing there.
Yeah,
it's just like, and everybody's just it's like a ISO every game.
It is
every play. I say every game, every play, every possession is like just an ISO. And it's like, what the hell is this?
Right.
I don't want to watch that.
No.
Like, and when people ask me about the GOAT debate between LeBron and Jordan, it's like, I really want y'all to go back and watch Jordan. Like, yo, it's very rare that he took more than 3 dribbles in a possession. It's like, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Boop.
Yep.
He's to these spaces. He's getting to this exactly where he wants to be on the court in less than 2 to 3 dribbles. I'm going to say 3 is max. Sometimes he's not even putting the ball on the ground.
That's funny, though. I want to talk about this for a second, right? Because LeBron James just passed Michael Jordan for the most 30-point games. I know, yo. I can tell by your face. What you want to say, yo. But he had to play. You know, even Charles Barkley talk about it like, man, LeBron had to play like at least 4 more seasons than
7.
7 more seasons. Oh my goodness, to get these records. You know, it's still great.
It's still impressive.
Yeah, it's hella impressive to be 40 years old doing that.
Yeah. It's impressive. Like to get to because nobody else has reached those numbers.
Those milestones. Because even Kobe is like. Was like 100-something games away from.
Yeah, and
he's a great.
Yeah, Kobe sustained like really heavy injuries. I mean, well, not really heavy injuries, but he sustained a big injury, which kind of like drifted him back. Whatever, but it's no excuses. It's a great milestone that like the milestones that he's hitting is still, you can't deny him, right? But to say that he's I'm good.
I remember there was a time when I was talking to you a couple years ago. It was not a couple. It was years ago. I'm glad we've been able to kind of stay in touch.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I talked to you. I think Kevin Durant was peaking in the NBA at the time. He was like, Kevin, you probably don't even remember this, but you was like me like Kevin Durant's better than LeBron. Yeah.
Hey, nah. I mean, listen.
At that time, you can make that argument. I think you can really make that legitimate argument.
You
still stand by that?
I still listen.
Because when you talk about getting the spots, that's
another one. He don't need 20 dribbles a possession.
He don't even need 20 shots. He need about 13, 14 shots and get 30 on you.
Let him get hot. What you gonna do? Who you gonna put on him?
In transition, anything he want to do.
Who you gonna put on him?
He gonna be able to do it. Yeah.
7 foot. What are you gonna do?
So you think KD better than LeBron?
Yeah. I mean, as far if we talk about skill, like I think that's where a lot of people get it mixed up, right? So you got skill, and then you have like ability, right? I feel like skill is understanding how to get the spots.
Right.
Where to take your shots at, how to position yourself. Ability is being able to blow by people, jump out of the gym.
Okay, like the physical.
He's physically probably the most dominant player next to Shaq that we've ever seen. Mm-hmm. A lot of people for a long time was moving out of his way.
Yeah.
They still, I mean,
sometimes.
Not as much
not
as
as
before.
much. They used to, they like, I don't want no part of the 6'8".
I wouldn't have stood in his way either.
Steamrolling down the court.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have stood in his way, it would be to hurt him. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, we come from a different
Yeah.
basketball era. I would have been in his way to hurt him. That's about it. But that's dirty. But I skill wise, I don't think he's able to compare to. I don't even think skill wise. I don't think he's better than Melo.
I knew you were gonna say something like that.
I don't think me personally. I just don't think he is.
Yeah, but I think at some point you gotta look at the you know, if you put it on the scale, which we're kind of just weighing a little bit more because there's like some. Allen Iverson is probably one of the most skilled players to ever touch the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then
skill doesn't always equate to championship.
Yeah, it doesn't always equate to champion, and that's what you ultimately want.
Yeah.
But as basketball, you know, supporters and looking at the league, we want to be able to watch competitive games, bro.
Yeah.
Because I like the fact that we get to have a conversation about Carmelo. I remember he was going against Shane Battier in the playoffs when Shane was trying, and Melo was cooking his ass.
Talking about on the Knicks?
Yeah. Nick Melo was serious.
In the Nuggets last like year or two with the Nuggets in the first 3 years with the Knicks, there's not a better scorer.
Yeah.
In NBA history. He
could just get to wherever he wanted to.
He can post you. He can take you off the dribble.
Take the three.
Hit you with the midi.
Yep.
Face you up, he is nobody.
And that was competitive basketball. We had a rotational, like it was always.
And Shane Battier was a dog.
Shane Battier, and you had, and then of course in Boston, Paul Pierce, KG. I mean, you can go to a lot of different teams and be like, oh, all right, like this somebody you got to deal with tonight
for sure.
And we talked about being a professional earlier. Like these are professional scorers. They are ready to score at any time on the court.
Yeah.
And I don't think we don't have that anymore. I don't know what is it that we can. What if you was like the commissioner of the NBA? You could be a commissioner. You could be a coach. You could be anybody, a GM, somebody that has pull in the league. What would you do to make the league a little bit more attractive to watch?
I heard somebody say, and I wasn't in complete disagreement with it. They said put a limit to how many 3-pointers you can shoot. And make it a violation. Make a limit to per quarter how many 3-pointers you can shoot as a team, and make it like a.
So you got to put like a timeout. You only got 3 timeouts, so you only got X amount of 3-point shots.
Yeah, miss or make.
Just attempts.
Yeah, just attempts.
And if you attempt one when you don't got nothing left, then what is that?
It's a violation. You get a shot.
Oh, tech.
I would do that, right? That would motherfuckers be like, oh, yeah, shit.
You get a tech and they get the ball back, and the other team.
The other team get the ball.
Yeah, after the
Yeah, no. It's that. When I heard that, I was like, that makes perfect sense.
It does.
I'm
running it. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I don't see, and I kept running it through my head. I'm like, no, that's perfect.
Like take the average amount of 3-point attempts now currently in the league, minus that by like 50.
And then boom, you got your fucking attack. Right. Yeah, because they even posted. I seen somebody post. It said it was comparison from Draymond to Larry Bird, and
oh my God,
Larry Bird had 629 total threes, and Draymond Green had 700, and they was like talk about skill or some shit, and it was like because you made more 3-pointers does not make you better than anybody,
and that's their offense. That's their offense. Back then, the 3-point was just like introduced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Larry Bird. Another one. Bop, bop, bop. Get space. Stupid. What you doing? And he would talk. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah,
he would talk crazy to people.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Like I took pride in giving people work like that later on.
Now I'm gonna get to this spot with my left hand. You know what I'm
saying? Oh, your right foot forward. Oh, let me see. Let me go. Boom.
Gone.
I'm gone. You think I can't go left? All right. Let's go. Where we going from here? Oh, your man dropped. You ain't got no help. Oh, I'm about to fuck you up.
I like that though. Yeah. So would it be the whole game, or would it be like a certain quarter, like the amount of attempts of 3 points that you can take
per quarter?
Oh, per quarter. And then it resets the next quarter.
Reset the next quarter.
Okay.
10 attempts per quarter, and then it resets. That would keep you at 40.
Yeah, 40 minimum. Okay.
And
Yeah, then you really got a game plan.
Even I would trim it down. He said 40. I would trim it down to 5.
Per quarter?
Yeah, it's 20.
That's a little extreme for a team. 5 3-point. I would say this: whatever number you assign, you definitely are going to transform the game.
Anthony Edwards, me, your ace was talking last year. I'm like, Anthony Edwards might be the one. He was pulling up with the midi last playoffs.
Yeah,
he was pulling up middies, getting to the cup.
He was taking over, but he does not. I don't know. We talked about his maturity, right? Don't know, and it could be maturity, or it could be
it could be coaching.
It could be coaching too.
It could be,
because Michael Jordan needed that. Hey, he needed that feel to be like, look, yo, you double team, pass the ball, bro.
yeah. Michael Jordan didn't care about that.
Because that's what Andy Edwards was talking about the other night. He's like, yo, I don't know, I just can't play. Like if I'm double team, like I don't know what to do, because they frustrated him.
Give the ball away.
Yeah, and they got some good pieces.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a bad team.
No, his team ain't horrible. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, you talked about the Christmas Day, those games. NBA has always been a Christmas Day tradition. They lost it.
They lost that one bad. I don't even think I watched a single game that day.
Like I said, I was trying to watch the Spurs and the Knicks before they was like 3 for 50 from 3 in the first quarter. I was like, you know what? And then the Ravens was playing.
Yeah.
So what did you think about the football altogether in Christmas Day before?
It was fun. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Of course, we went down to Houston, whipped that ass. You was at the game?
Was you at the game?
No. Oh, you went to the Houston Rockets game.
I was at the Rockets game.
You was at the Rockets game.
Which was dope to see Tyler Hero. He got thrown on the floor by Thompson, dude from the Rockets.
For real?
You ain't see that?
No.
Bro, he took him it was like in the fourth quarter, and it was getting a little chippy.
Yeah.
There was a whole lot of ejections going on, and Thompson came up to Tyler Hero. They was talking shit to each other. Mm-hmm. He pulled him by his jersey and slammed him to the ground. Tyler Hero's feet was in the air.
Hell yeah.
And that happened about we was 4 rows back. And so we heard the thump, boom. And it was just everybody, Terry Rozier came off the bench. I didn't even know he was playing for the Heat. Terry Rozier came out of nowhere.
Thought it was the personal trainer.
Yo, it was fucked up, bro. We was sitting at the game, and we was close enough to the Heat's bench, and we thought that Jimmy Butler, we knew he was in a contract dispute. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting next to Marcus Holmes and stuff, and we like, man, where's Jimmy? My son's like, yo, where's Jimmy Butler? Where's Jimmy? Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, maybe he gonna come out in civilian clothes, you know what I mean? Sit on the bench, and you'd be like, Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? So he can wait. Mm-hmm. He ain't even show up. And that's what we was talking. Me and your brother was like, yo, he just don't want to be in Miami no more. Pat Riley don't play that. Mm-hmm. And so now he's suspended. You know what I mean? But I'm like, this
for not showing up to the game?
For because they want to trade him, right?
Oh, okay.
And I saw some highlights the other night. He was shooting threes off one leg, just kind of sabotaging the game a little bit.
That's not funny.
So they had I know, man. Yeah. It's and I was telling my son, look, one day you're gonna have an agent. They're gonna have to they're gonna have to do a lot of business for you, and you're gonna do a lot of business for yourself. Mm-hmm. Things might not always work out. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm kind of teaching them that.
Business.
Business. But Jimmy doing is a business thing.
Yeah, it is.
But it's still
it's emotion at the end of the day.
The league is still one whole piece, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you don't see your favorite player, not even in street clothes,
I wasted my, you know what I mean?
But it was still a hell of a game. And the Rockets got a great team.
Yeah, Rockets is tough.
The Rockets was a great team. But I flipped over to football too.
Oh, yeah.
I flipped over to football too. The Ravens won 31-2. Did you see that game?
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that's who I thought they could be all season. It was just minor shortcomings, and everybody was on their ass in the beginning about the defense, and me and my brother talked about this. They got a whole new coaching staff as far as defense go.
But that's not an excuse to be
honest.
It's
not. But you still got to work the kinks out sometimes. When you get new coaches, then it's under.
It's like lightweight under construction.
Yeah. It's lightweight under, and it's they didn't. And they did do bad. But, I mean, it was just the secondary. The secondary just needed, and then we needed to get Marcus Williams' ass out of there. He had to go. When the last time you seen him?
I don't know, but Washington been picking it up.
Washington. He had 2 amazing plays 2 weeks in a row. He had the fumble on Russell Wilson, and then he had Joe Mixon on the side. That was Joe Mixon play. That play was amazing. Yeah. I was just like,
it was pivotal too.
It was very pivotal.
Do you watch any of the college football stuff?
Yeah. I watched.
You got a favorite on who will win the championship?
Ohio State.
Yeah. Penn State
tough.
Penn State looked good. Notre Dame looked good too. On Georgia?
I didn't. I missed it because they were supposed to play, and they postponed the game. Who won? I didn't even see
Notre Dame destroyed them.
For real?
Like, yeah, handled it. They handled
it. I gotta go back and
so I'm trying to think. But Georgia did have a new quarterback. Carson Beck got hurt. It's something about Notre Dame that they're not going to accept defeat that easy. And Penn State got a mean defense, and they got pros at tight end, pros at DN. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ohio State, the way they lost to Michigan, I don't trust them.
They've been on a tear ever since, though.
But
I dig it though. That was like
it's the way
third game.
It's the way they
got
lost.
their ass.
It's almost like the Ravens sometimes, right? Like we got this killer run game, but then we get in the playoffs, we think we the damn St. Louis Rams from '98 or something. Like, what are we doing?
You seen what they did to Oregon though?
Who's that?
O State. It was looking.
Oregon did. I don't think Oregon was ready. They looked like they wasn't ready, and Ohio State just jumped on them. It's not an excuse.
They did more than jump on.
It's not an excuse.
I was like, are these motherfuckers going to score? And then
but Oregon looked good all year.
They got dirty buckets at the end of the game.
And that could be coaching too, man. When you get your ass whooped like that, that's got to be. My players aren't ready. I'm out schemed.
Or sometimes it's just a difference in players.
Yeah.
I like how when they asked Prime when he first got to Colorado, they was like, it was when he first got to Colorado. They was like, do you think you can, compete with Alabama?
No.
He's like, no. Like, I don't.
You don't got nobody up front.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ball game when you playing with them.
So what are the Ravens' chances of getting to the Super Bowl, man? Winning?
I think it's pretty high. Like, the thing is with the coaching, sticking to what they do and know. That's it. Stick to what you know. Run Derrick Henry, and I feel like they've been like doing load management with Derrick Henry. That's why we would be looking at games like, why he only got 10 touches this game? Why he only got 9 this game? And it's like I feel like this is what this is the times that they were preparing for, because what he had last game, 20. I think he had 21 touches last game. Well, it's like it was close to it. If it wasn't 21, it was close to it. Either minus or below. The load management, which I understand, because he's an older running back. Like he shouldn't even be still doing what he's doing. So
if we don't make the Super Bowl, is anybody job on the line? Because I've been open to talk about I don't know, John
Harbaugh.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, look. Hey, come on. Hey, Harbaugh.
Yo, man, I really appreciate this, Gear.
Oh yeah.
I really appreciate, you know what I'm saying, your friendship, bro, and what you bring to the table, bro. You know what I'm saying? The lifestyle gear, man, is what it's all about, man. I'm all into that, yo. Like from my shoes to the fit. Like I'm cool to rock this joint.
That shit looks smooth on you.
Yeah, you ain't even.
Hey, you seen Ace was like, is that a whole bathroom? He said, is that a whole bathroom sweatsuit?
Yeah. Is that a whole bathroom sweatsuit?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man, I appreciate
that
you.
Look good on you, my guy.
Yo, that olive green, dog.
Olive green.
It's like that.
Top tier, bro.
It's like that. That olive green. You got that. I still got the red pullover joint. I still got the t-shirts in rotation.
And I'm still in your graces as far as the designing of that. Let's put that out there. That was my first collaboration ever. That was my.
We got to do another one, yo.
Yes, yo.
We got to do another one.
You tell me what it is.
Yeah, I gotta let the thoughts.
I'm gonna go get some Pinot Grigio, and I'm gonna sit in a lab, and I'm gonna do what the hell it's supposed to do.
Yeah, we got to do a great chillin, bare form. We got to do a great Chillin bare form collection, yo.
My mind already.
I know you already. I'm
gonna write it down while I'm, if you don't mind. While I'm thinking about it.
I know you already up on it, yo. But I'm gonna leave the link to all your gear, where people can order, in the show notes. I love Baltimore, man. I love Studio 17. I'm looking forward to talking to more people, man, either in the studio, around the city, across the world, in the county, in another continent. You know what I mean? I'm loving what I'm doing, and I appreciate you coming through and showing support, man. But yeah, great Chillin and Bare Form Fitness clothing collection. Let's drop something this summer. How about that?
We can. I'll show you what, you know what I'm saying.
Let's do it. Anything else you want to talk about, man?
No, I appreciate everybody that's been supporting since I got supporters still from 2017. People still tag me in the shirts that I made in 2000. That shit gives me life sometimes. And like I told you, I done took breaks and came back. I've even given up on Bare Form mentally. And it was just like, I'm gonna go do this, and I'm gonna venture off from here. But something about it keep pulling me back, and I'm gonna take heed to it. You know what I'm saying? I would be a fool not to.
Yeah.
Because if you keep getting pulled back somewhere, it's either something I gotta learn, something I gotta do, or somebody I need to inspire to go forward from there. That's what I get from it, and I love doing it. Like I even told you, my nephew, he hit me up a couple years ago, and he was asking me because he wanted to start his own clothing company, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that's cool, da da da. And then he asked me, could I do it for him? I said, nah, I can't do that, buddy. I said, and then I made a whole list of all of the resources that I had for him. I gave them to him. And then he came back to me with better resources than what I had. And I was like, shit, you know what I mean? That's dope. So I'm gonna just keep going. And of course, I think I did leave it. I'm gonna have to give it to you. We got Black Butterfly body care products. So we got
that's on sale too currently.
Yeah, we got shea butter, we got soap. Currently working on safe house candles to burn and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I think that's working on a body scrub too. So
yeah, we leave all that information send me all the links, and I'll post them all the links, man. But like I said, bro, really appreciate you and what you bring to the table, bro, on all levels, yo.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
it's always a blessing.
It's always a blessing, man.
I'll be happy every time I get to see you and sit down and politic, even if it's just a phone call.
Yeah.
I'll be like, that shit give me so much motivation. I'll be getting up. Wow.
That's what it's all about, man.
Burn that fucking computer up.
Gotta have it, man. But we gonna catch this Ravens game, man.
Great Chillin. Yeah.